Hi, welcome back to the Autumn Rejuve 5-Day Reset. I'm your host, Anna Welly. So as a little recap, what we've been going over for these last couple of days is essentially just coming into the practice of honoring our self-care and our healthy habits and some deeper Ayurvedic kind of tweaks on how we take care of ourselves in the transition from summer into fall and winter. So what we're doing is we're kind of letting go of all of the outward, external things asking for our attention that otherwise might even carry us too far away, leaving us scattered, feeling kind of depleted, overrun, worn out, worn thin, kind of dried up. And so we're bringing our energy back to ourselves, really getting centered, grounded, and rooted in ourselves. We're replenishing, getting the deep rest that we need. We talked about in video 1, having that kind of really sweet, nourishing, nurturing, replenishing, really relaxing, rejuvenative evening practice and getting to bed really early. And then in video 2, we talked about the morning routine, cleansing, deeply hydrating our system for supporting greater immunity, better balance, and energy. And then also flushing our channels, having a good quality bowel movement, maintaining that healthy digestive tract, and that experience of apanu vayu, the downward moving energy, to feel rooted and grounded and prevent the energy from going up and leading towards anxiety, more scatteredness, insomnia, So, and then also releasing the buildup of the pitta dosha, like heat and acidity, and through the alkalizing effect of lemon water. And then in video 3 on our third practice, talking about meditation, of again coming back to ourselves, really feeling centered in yourself, feeling rooted down, grounded into the earth, releasing and letting go of the things out and up here, and kind of cleansing and clearing that away, and then feeling the replenishment, the nurturance of Mother Earth energy coming back into you. So day 4, we're going to talk about fall foods. And Ayurveda is just amazing about really tweaking and modifying our diet as a whole for everybody as we work with seasonal diets, but then also if there's any sort of imbalance happening in your digestive tract, which is another reason why we're doing this, especially for habit 2 with the cleanse and flush. And then with the fall foods is that we're helping clear out any sort of excess dosha that may have built up in the digestive tract. When it builds up in the digestive tract, if it becomes excessive, it'll get pushed out into the tissues and the weaker areas of the body, and that's what leads towards disease manifestation and imbalances. So the fall foods that we're looking at are really essentially all of those wonderful vegetables that come into harvest in the fall season. Mainly we're looking at a lot of root vegetables and then a lot of the heavier squashes, the fall and winter squashes. And when we look at these and we notice the qualities of the root vegetables and the squashes, we notice they are grounded, they're grounding, they're in the earth or they're heavy on the earth. They're sweet taste, sweet nature, they're building, they're rejuvenative, they're replenishing in and of themselves. In particular, having things like beets, roasted beets, are really good as well for the colon, which when we're coming back to that idea of like vata is held in, the seat of vata is in the colon. Too much vata and dryness in the colon will lead towards that energy popping up, which is creating more of the anxiety, feeling scattered, worn out, depleted. So having those heavy grounding, stabilizing, earthy, heavy vegetables is creating the opposite effect of really bringing you down and rooted in self. And then that healthy colon is what's going to create more of that experience of being grounded and nurtured. The opposite of that would be like the spring vegetables of having bitter and astringent, which are more of the space and air qualities. You know, they're up. If you look at leafy greens, it's like they're up in the air, taking in the sunlight and, producing oxygen. And so they have also more with that bitter and astringent qualities of space and air. They're more scraping, cleansing, reducing. And that's the things that we want for the spring. So after we build up over the winter. So instead, fall foods, we're focusing on the heavier, grounding, nurturing, replenishing, earthy root vegetables and squashes. We also want them to be, we want to add more oils and fats. This is going to be really moisturizing to our system. And then also those good, healthy oils and quality fats are again good for strengthening our nervous system, building up, replenishing, buffering out, and creating like a high quality, really a really refined tissue in the nervous system, so that we can, think sharply, support our intellect. And then as we do that, along with the earlier to bed, sleeping deeper, getting a lot of rest through the darkness of fall and winter, eating those heavier fats, that nourishing, rejuvenating, building quality of the fattier diet, we support ourselves to have the stronger nervous system that we need as we go more external and extroverted and get more activated during the spring and the summer, that greater pulse outward. So what we want your diet to look like is a lot of these root vegetables: beets, carrots, turnips, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and then the squashes. Spaghetti squash, butternut squash, acorn squash, delicata, what else? But butternut squash in particular is one of those that has this like special prabhava, this special quality of being able to alleviate any sort of heat that's built up in the digestive tract, which, as I've mentioned before, can happen with the excess pitta. So if there's inflammation or heat in the digestive tract, if you're feeling like your digestion is sensitive, if you get irritable bowel easily or tend towards diarrhea, or if you eat hot, spicy food, it makes you go to the bathroom excessively, that's where there's a sign that there's too much heat built up in the digestive tract, or if there's any sort of like acid reflux or heartburn. So in particular, butternut squash will really help to kind of soothe that and remove the excess heat. Apples are also an amazing, wonderful fall food that really help us to cleanse that excess pitta, that buildup, and they're really good for the colon as well. So having eating a ton of fresh apples, buckets of apples, is awesome. Also making stewed apples, a breakfast with stewed apples and a little bit of oats, and then some good quality ghee or nut butter would be a really nourishing, yummy fall breakfast. You can add in some fall spices, cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves, things like that. Apples and ghee have another really amazing quality on the effect on the liver. All of these foods, when we're cleansing out the high pitta, we're also looking at their effect on the liver, as pitta and the liver and blood are directly related. And in particular, apples and ghee will have a both cleansing but a really nourishing, tonifying effect on the liver, which is amazing. So the fruit vegetables, especially the squashes as well, and then making the foods oily and doing the high quality fats, so good quality oils, and then lots of nuts and seeds, and then also making the food really hydrating, watery, warming also, and heavy. So think soups and stews and those like one pot meals you might make in your slow cooker or your Instapot, things like that. All of those, it's like very warming, it's nourishing, it's grounding, it's very heavy, and it's nutrifying. And that's what we want to focus on for the fall season. Easier said than done. I think that people have a lot of intention about making their diet better, but it's like, how do we actually go about making the diet better besides just knowing what to eat? And these type of details I get way more further into in my online programs in Soul Body Bliss, a 10-week and an annual program, where I give you these coaching techniques about exactly how you implement this information into your daily life and like bring it in and actualize it as just like automated habits. But that being said, what I want to just give you as a small action step for this little mini program is just to think about what sounds delicious to you. Like what intuitively is your body being called for? You might think like, oh my God, just like baked sweet potatoes with ghee and cinnamon. Like, yes, that sounds heavenly. Maybe you want to be making some like really nice veggie stews or soups, or a pumpkin pie smoothie. I can share that recipe in the Facebook forum. Whatever it is, just think of like what sounds good to you. Find a nice recipe, lay out the ingredients that you need, and let that be your action step for stepping into a better fall diet for today and the upcoming weeks. And I encourage you to share whatever recipe you find in our Facebook group forum, and then you can check in there too for like what everybody else is sharing, and we can build off of each other. I'll go ahead and share some of my favorite recipes as well. The pumpkin pie smoothie, again, it's like really good for cleansing the heat from the digestive tract, really nourishing, it's a warming, delicious, yummy. It's as amazing as it sounds. All right, thanks you guys. I hope that's helpful, and I hope to see you in the forum. You can click the link below to join, and I will talk to you tomorrow. We're the final day, day 5. We're going to get into Abhyanga. Again, about this moisturizing, lubricating, strengthening the tissues, strengthening the nervous system, grounded in yourself, really feeling replenished, rejuvenated, and building your resiliency for stepping into the fall and winter. All right, hope that serves you. Have a great day.